What is going on, Rockstar? How are you? How are you? How are you? Happy Freestyle Friday. In this episode of Freestyle Friday, we are going to talk about everything from building business to building relationships. So stick around, we're going to get into it. If this is the first time you see my face, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Coz. I coach Black women with an entrepreneurial mindset so you can build and grow yourself as well as your business without feeling alone or isolated. So let's jump into this. Oh my goodness, I've had a awesome week. It's been a very implementative, if that's a word, implementative week this week. A lot of things moving and grooving. So I'm super excited to share with y'all in a few, actually, I will be able to share. I'm gonna share bits and pieces here and there, but I'll be actually able to share more at the end of April because that'll be the completion date, and I'm like super excited about that. And I gotta get this light out my face. Hold on a minute. All right, there we go. So I've been super excited to just to share with you bits and pieces about this Rockstar. I'm super excited. Now it's like too far away. You gotta love your lighting, right? So it's just been super exciting, super thought-provoking, super engaging and critical thinking. It's just been good. It's just been a good. So let's get into it. Freestyle Friday is the day of the week that we talk about everything from business to relationships. And today I want to talk about just trusting yourself, being honest within yourself and true to who you are. It's I just got off a clubhouse with my coach, and we were talking about. Actually, he was talking about being authentic, and you know, we use that word so much now, being authentic, being real, that you know I don't want that word to lose its meaning to, first of all, myself. Second of all, to you, Rockstar, because everybody is kind of throwing that word out there. It's like I said on Wednesday about, my third grade teacher saying that love is a slanging word. I feel like that's how people are using the word authenticity, especially. That seems like to be the new, the buzzword, the word of the year or the month or whatever. And it brought me, it just made me think about that, and how you want to show up as the real you. And it's really thought provoking to decide, what part of your story you want to share, what part that you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of intricate moving parts when you are sharing your story and you're being vulnerable and you're being real, because that's just who you are. And I don't want you to take that for granted. I don't want anyone to take that for granted and feel like, oh, this, that, and the third, when it's you being your real you. And I posted, was it yesterday? I think it was. I think it was yesterday. Um, about being at the crossroads and trusting yourself to make certain decisions and how you're able to make one decision quicker than the other. And, when you're standing at that crossroad, you don't know if it's something that if it's what you've been asking for that has you at that crossroad. And you're standing there and it's like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I push forward, or do I, stand here, or do I go backwards? And it's like, do you really want to go backwards? Can you go backwards? Like, is that even an option to go backwards? Because in learning and going deep instead of wide and really knowing who I am, it's not an option to go backwards. It's only an option to go forward. And it's so funny. I've been thinking about drawing a line in the sand, or drawing a line in the sand, or standing on my brand. And it's the same thing, because who you are in life is who you are in business. So you want to make sure that they're together, because as an entrepreneur, you are one. And um that's just been on my head and my heart, just you know wanting to know the next level. And sometimes when we're standing at that crossroads and it's like, okay, you can't you can't see the forest before the trees, and you can't see down that path, because you just can't see down the path. So it's like, you have to walk by faith. You have to go down that road. You have to see what it's about, because it may be the very thing that you've asked for. And maybe the reason why you can't see down that road is because you're supposed to walk by faith and not by sight. And at that point, it's like you're shedding. As I said, you're gonna have some bumps and bruises. You're gonna have some scars somewhere, but it's like you're also shedding that old person that's been kind of, you've been trying to break away, and you've been asking for, for me it's God, or whoever your supreme being or supreme source of light, um for you know this particular thing. And it's down that road, and it's like, okay, so how do I step into that and still be, how do I grow into that? What do I have to do? Who do I have to become? And it's like you're shedding skin, because you're growing. And it's like, okay, I've never done this before, but I got to go do it, because going back is not an option. You can't go back. I mean, would you really want to go back, knowing all the things that you've learned, taking all of the steps that you've taken to get here? Would you really want to go backwards? It's like, I always say this, it's like when you learn something new, your brain lights up. It lights up. It's rave city. No, I'm playing. But it does, it does light up. That I know for sure. It does definitely light up. But would you even want to go back, knowing the things that you know, and being as close as you are to becoming the woman that you're supposed to be, becoming the business person that you're supposed to be, becoming the the brand that you want to be? Would you really want to go backwards? Would you really want to stay still? Would you really want to ponder upon that crossroads for that long? Or will you just uh, let me say this. the correct way. Put your big girl panties on and go down that road, even though you can't see, even though it might be scary and bumpy, and you might, lose some skin here and there, and um you might lose some skin, you might grow, you might, get a couple bumps and bruises, but would it be worth it to be and do the thing that you always wanted to do, which is truly, truly make a difference in your life, in your family's life, in your client's life, in your customer's life? I mean, that's to me, that's a small price to pay for the life that you want to live, for the impact that you want to have. That's a small price. I got that's a small price to pay. It truly is. And it was funny because my coach mentioned we don't have the luxury of I don't even think that's a luxury. I wouldn't even call it a luxury of, working for, 20 plus years, retiring and going from there. I don't I don't have the capacity to work for someone for 20 years unless it's myself. And he actually shared a fascinating fact where um the average organization, which I really didn't know this, um the average time frame of an employee in an organization is literally 3 to 5 years, or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 years. I'm saying five because I stayed in my position for five. Well, actually, I stayed I stayed in my position for 7 months, got bumped up to a level two. Um, they didn't know what to do with me. So it's funny because my boss is like, I can't pay you any more money because you're at the cap. However, I could put you over here. That will give you more money. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it was funny because I was always growing. I'm a fast learner. And for me, um, I learn things very quickly, and I also learn how to hack things very quickly. I want to work smarter, not harder. So, you know, if you give me something, I'm gonna figure out a way to make it faster or to do it in a different time frame. So it's not taking up the majority of my day. And what I really found was that talking to people is what I really, really enjoy. Getting to know someone, getting to know who they are, why they do what they do. And that's what I love. And it was just an amazing thing. But okay, I'm getting off track. So trusting yourself. And actually, I'm not getting off track. Trusting yourself is a huge part of that because you have to know when it's time for you to let go of certain things in your life. And that's where that drawing a line in the sand comes in, and really making sure that, when you go down that road, that you are truly, truly trusting within yourself, and that you're trusting within your supreme being. For me, it's God. And you're trusting and believing in God as well as yourself, that you can make it to the other side, that everything you want is on the other side. And that's what we have to believe, especially as entrepreneurs, especially if we're putting in the work, especially if we're doing everything that we need to do. And it's funny because we're always talking about collapsing time and having more time to do more. And I'm just like, okay, so for me, I have the trust within myself to know that I am going to find more time for me to do the things that I need to do in my business while going under this certification and a couple of more things. So it's just trusting in yourself and drawing that line in the sand to say and standing on my brand and saying, this is what I need to do. So I got my notes as always. So I want to make sure that you would join me in drawing a line in the sand and say what you're not going to do anymore. Trust in yourself to say that you're not going to do these things. So when you are drawing your line in the sand, be specific. Be super clear on what you're drawing your line in the sand about. For me, it is, making sure I'm up at 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning, making sure I am reading, my chapter a day in the morning, making sure I'm doing my affirmations, making sure that I'm, hold on, let me go back. First and foremost, making sure I am giving glory and honor to God and making sure that I'm, spending time with Him, then going into reading my chapter, then my meditation, then or affirmations, meditation, workout, then go into my business from there. But you want to make sure that you're specific about what you're drawing in. This is my time, this is my space, and this is what I need to do. Be specific about that and hold yourself accountable and be loyal to yourself. Because if you cannot be loyal to yourself, you cannot be loyal to anyone else. And loyalty starts and ends with you. You have to be loyal to yourself first. Okay. Number 2. Hold on a minute. You know how you writing so fast and your handwriting looks like chicken scratch? I should have been a doctor. Literally, I should have been a doctor. Okay, so make sure after you're being specific, make sure you go a little bit deep and really ask yourself, why are you refusing not to take this any longer? What is the benefit of you taking this stand and saying, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm not doing anymore? And go deep with it. Go super deep. Why? Where did it come from? How are you going to take action on, taking a stand on it? Go super deep with it. Okay. And then number 3, put it somewhere where you can see it. Put it on your phone, put it in your office, put it in your car, put it in the refrigerator, put it wherever you go so you can constantly see it and repeat it to yourself. Repetition deepens the impression. That's what it does. Okay. Then number 4, just tell a few people about it. I told my husband what's going on. I told my boys what's going on. So they know, okay. And then, number 5, celebrate it. Celebrate that you have taken a stand and that you are going to be better in your life and in your business. That you're trusting more in yourself. You're being loyal to yourself, and that no one can take that away from you. That belief, that commitment, all of those things that you have, because you are with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. Only you know what's going on in here. You and for me, it's God, your supreme being of universal power, universal light. Only y'all know that. So be honest, be true with yourself first. Because if you can do that, you can be truthful and honest with everyone else. And especially in business. Especially in business. Okay? So let's go back through it. So make sure, number 1, you get specific about why you're drawing a line in the sand. Number 2, you find reasons why, what you're going to do to overcome it, and how are you going to take action on it. Number 3, put it up where you can see it. Number 4, tell a few people about it. And then number 5, celebrate your success with it. All right. Tell me what you are drawing a line in the sand about. Put in the comments below. I will chat at you later, Rockstar. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will chat at you later. Ciao.